What's going on, guys? It is Wednesday, 7:30, and I am not in my normal routine as far as where I'm normally at, and also I'm not wearing a normal Geek Saga shirt. So hope you guys could hear me. I had to rush through and try to set all this stuff up because this last weekend was Comic-Con. So we'll get to that. But to start off, I'm Eugene. I'm your host. I am one of the hosts of the Geek Saga. My partner is actually at training, couldn't make it on tonight. So I'm running solo tonight. And we're going to do a recap on this weekend, and also what we always do, which is, of course, this week in geek history, and also the geek news. So we're going to I'm going to start off with doing some shout outs to a few people that we met this weekend, because of course they were great. And also that we got a bunch of things that we want to talk about. We could save for the end of the show, but I would rather throw it right now. So we'll start off with, of course, as always, our lighting is brought to you by Ulanzi. They're an affiliate of ours. We have an affiliate code if you want to check out their lights. Great lights, great gear. They have a lot of cool things for your camera. Go on to our Instagram and check out our link tree. And on our link tree, you'll see the link to go to them. When you purchase something from them, it helps us out. So please, if you're all into lights and cameras and all that other stuff, go on to Ulanzi, check out their stuff. Also, if you guys are in the mood for games, which I unfortunately don't have the game with me. Oh wait, I do. Let me run off camera. Boom. Here it is. It's one of the games from Renegade Toys. It is a Renegade Game Studios. Sorry. Like I said. But Renegade Game Studios, this one is a deck builder. It is Transformers. The deck builder game's got really cool art on not only on the box, but on the cards itself. It's a really cool game. If you guys get a chance, and then there's a bunch of expansions. Check out Renegade Game Studios. We have a link in our link tree. Again, that's on our Instagram. It's also in our YouTube. You can look at it, our link tree, and it always gets updated with anything new that we have. But purchase from them. It helps us out, obviously. Yeah, they've got a lot of great games, RPGs and deck builder games, and a lot of licensees, Transformers, My Little Pony, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, things like that. Oh, G.I. Joe. But they have original RPG games, also RPGs also. I can't say RPG games. It's like saying cack, but because it's role-playing games. Doesn't make sense. But anyways, check them out. Their link is in our link tree also. So a couple things happened this weekend. Actually, it's been a rough 2 weeks. I've been going, and here I am. And yeah, I was like hoping to slow down a little bit, but I have not been able to slow down. I'm looking down at my phone. I'm sorry, guys. Sending a mayday to somebody. But this weekend, leading up to this weekend, was crazy. We had Thanksgiving, and then it was just like go. Even prior to that, it was just go. Getting ready for the big event for the end of our year. At least this is the biggest event for our year, which was LA Comic-Con. LA Comic-Con was amazing, you guys. If you guys didn't get out there, shame on you. You guys should have. It was awesome. It was 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, December 1st through the 3rd. And there was so many things to see, so much to do, and so many great people that we got to meet. It was a lot of fun. I kid you not. Monday, the day after the event, I literally just crashed. I was so tired because on top of getting everything ready as far as camera equipment, because we actually were able to set up in a booth at Comic-Con. I actually built a costume for one of the patients for a charity that we work with now. Great charity, great people. Darren, Veronica, you guys are awesome. Tim was part of the booth. Cindy, you guys are both, all of you guys, everybody that was part of Project Wish Upon a Star, you guys are awesome. They do a lot of great things. Darren started the charity with Stan Lee, and got it going and has been at Comic-Con for the last 7 years, or LA Comic-Con. Before that, it was Stanley Kamikaze, but great people. I mean, it was just awesome. They gave us a little corner to be able to set up our table with all our lights and all the rigs and everything. We had it all going out there. It was a lot of fun over the weekend. So we live streamed. Friday was just a walk around. We want to just get a lay of the land, see what was going on, meet people, do the whole meet and greet thing. And then Saturday was the day that we hit it. We hit it hard because it was a packed house. I mean, it was packed. It was cool. The videos are going to be going up soon. I've been working on them for the last 2 days because I had to take a break. I needed it. My body was beat. I'm telling you, when I say beat, it was beat. I've never been that tired, and it's been a while. But we got there. We saw it. We started walking around. We met a bunch of people. We went back, did interviews. So to start, we started with Savage Crucibles, new toys that are coming out. Look for them on our Instagram. I posted up a few things, just sharing what they've posted up, but their videos, because we did get a chance to speak to one of the creators of the toy line, and that video is going to be going up on TikTok and on Instagram. And also the full interview is part of the LA Comic-Con live stream on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch. But you can also get just the condensed version that'll be going up tomorrow of us talking to the guys from Savage Crucible. Super cool guys, amazing looking toys, very articulate toys. If you guys watch the show and know, that's something that I kind of talk about when it comes to the toys, because I have I mean, you can see my toys are in the background, but let's see. Let me grab one that is not, this one fell. You guys can't see everything yet because my angle's off and haven't gotten the lighting done. Haven't finished up that corner. Haven't finished up around this corner. A lot of things. But so this is my NECA Marty. If you guys know me well, you guys do know that I am a huge Back to the Future fan. So I've got a lot of Back to the Future figures. They're not toys. They're action figures. He's action. His articulation is all right. You can pull off parts. You can change things up. You can pose them up. But there's a problem. It's really stiff. I was hoping that... Tim! What's going on? Yes. My first viewer. Thanks for watching. But, Tim, you're awesome, man. Really. But, yeah, so the articulation is all right. I can pose them into some poses, but with the Savage Crucible figures, you could actually do a lot more. I sound like I'm pitching a toy because I am pitching a toy, because we really like these guys. We really like talking to them. They were really cool to talk to, especially when we were looking for a Sean Astin. I got them all perked up and got them all excited. We never found him, but he was there. He had passed by the booth. We didn't see him. But check them out. We're going to try to get them back on the show. We're also going to try to get a hold of some of their toys, action figures, so we could review them on the show and show you guys exactly what they can do, where you can find them. But you can find them on Instagram at Savage Crucible, and then online at savagecrucible.com. So again, super cool guys. It was a lot of fun to talk to them. I saw them a couple times because we're moving around so much. We're passing by their table a lot. We're passing by a ton of tables. But the next table we went to was this shirt that I'm wearing right here. Yes, stylish. Yeah. Stretchy. It's got Casey Jones on it, Turtles. Roosevelt t-shirt, Roosevelt shirts. I'm sorry. Oh, almost blew that one. Awesome company. Amazing shirts. Like, this shirt is really lightweight. I had to wear it because I want to show you guys it's stretchy, so it fits really well. So if I stretch, it's not going to go like pop. But really cool designs. They've got a ton of different licenses. They've got Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, the Turtles, because they said they were very huge. They're large fans of the Ninja Turtles. So I picked up this one. Mike, from Roosevelt's. Awesome guy. Thank you again for the shirts. Me and the rest of the crew got a shirt, which was awesome. He didn't have to, but he did. And we're very thankful because I love this shirt. I can't wait to get my next one. Funny story is, so I'm working with in an arcade over here in San Bernardino that they're doing a Street Fighter 6 tournament. And so I thought, you know what? I wonder if Roosevelt's makes like a Street Fighter print. And what happens? I go onto their website day after the con. Sure enough, they just put out their Street Fighter line. So I got to get a Street Fighter shirt so I could wear when I'm at the tournament. So really excited to get my hands on it. So yeah. What else? Oh, next, after we went and got these stylish shirts, which are really cool, we also went over to another company, which I feel bad that I can't remember right off the bat. Captain Marvel. No. Captain Controllers. Was it? Captain. I feel bad now because I'm trying to remember. He made controllers. And now I can't remember because I know I followed him on here and I can't find. Now I feel bad. But the video is going to go up. You'll be able to see his controllers. Amazing controllers. Switch, PS5, the new Xbox controllers. He custom designs everything, puts it on there. I will have something on our Instagram so you guys can find out who I'm talking about because now I feel bad that I can't remember. But he will be there. And we went from there and then we moved on to the one thing that I do every con, and I do mean every con because there are at so many cons, but I at least do it at each con that I do go to. I stop by Wild Bill. Can you see that? Wild Bill sodas. These sodas are so good. I turned David and his son onto them while we were there. They're like, eh. And then I want to shout out to Mike Russo. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mike Russo. He is one of the owners of Wild Bill, but thank you for the cups and the soda for the weekend. We really appreciate it. It is veteran owned. And I mean, when I say veteran owned, his partner is a veteran and most of their employees, when they first started, and I got this story from Carlton. Want to give a shout out to Carlton. Big dude. Dude was like this big. I felt like a kid next to him. Asked him, hey, did you ever serve? He's all like, no. It's like big old yoke too. I'm like, dang, dude. Super cool guy. Really cool to talk to. Had fun just talking to him as we were looking for Mike Russo. So he took us over to him. We got an interview with him telling us all about Wild Bills and I told him how great it is. I always, whenever I get a chance, I stock up on some. Right now, I do not have any. So let's bring this mic down a little closer. So Wild Bill sodas. I do not have any right now. But I did tell him that I wanted to do a review on their sodas. And at one point, I actually bought a case and never made it to the show. So, but their cups are really cool. Whenever you go to the con, you can pick up a cup, and then you can take it to the next con that they're going to be at and get refills for, I believe it was $5, and you get refills for the entire weekend. So, but you know what always happens? Everybody forgets their cup. So these guys make good. Oh, $7. Tim, thank you. $7 per day. But it's refills. You just so I washed my cup, so it's clean. So I don't have anything in there. But it's great soda. It's all natural sugars, none of the fructose stuff, and stuff that's going to turn us into zombies down the line. But amazing sodas. If you guys get a chance, go on to Wild Bills, and it's right here. WildBillSoda.com. And also catch them on Instagram at Wild Bill Soda. So after we talked to them, our day was done. We walked around. We talked to some more cosplayers. We had a lot of fun. Saturday it was busy. Friday we went from 4 to 9. Saturday we went from 9 to 7. I didn't get home till actually 11. So yeah, Tim there. Oh my gosh, this thing. Being a vet, I am thinking they need to sponsor. Yes, working on it. Why do you think I'm talking up so much? No, but it's also a really great soda. Before I even got to meet Mike Russo, Carlton, one of the guys that works the booth, I had already really loved their sodas. And like I told them, I was always, whenever I went to a con, I did pick up a cup and I end up with my refill. I would refill it all weekend long because, I mean, who can beat $7 for an all-day drink? And now they have these cool lids that go on top with the straw, so makes it even easier to carry these things around. And right now in my house, I think I have, well, I did have I think I had like 7 of these at one point. Now I'm down to 3. So their cups vary in price. You can buy them online and everything else. I'm talking them up a lot. I've been going 15 minutes for just con stuff, but it's worth it because the next thing that we did on Sunday, and this is only for recaps for those of you guys that didn't watch this, but Sunday we got to meet, and I was seriously like, I wanted to meet the hobbits. I wanted to meet other celebrities that may have been there, but the fact that I got to meet this one gentleman, I met him on Saturday. We scheduled a interview. No, we met on Friday. We scheduled an interview for Sunday, but I got to meet, and if you guys don't know who he is, you guys should look him up. DJ Lance Rock. If you guys don't remember who he is the orange suited gentleman from Yo Gabba Gabba with that funky hat. Yeah. I got to meet him. It was really cool to talk to him. Super nice guy. Like, what you see on the TV is who he is in real life. And we got a chance to talk to him, interview him, find out what Yo Gabba Gabba is about, how he became part of it. We're going to get him on our show so we could have a longer conversation. And the other great thing, and I'm sorry, Wild Bill and Mike, I really do like Wild Bill soda, but those of you guys out there that know, I am a hardcore to the bone Dr. Pepper fan. Come to find out, DJ Lance is also a Dr. Pepper fan. So I was really excited about that. I was like, oh my God. So we talked a little bit about Dr. Pepper. He needed one in the morning. I supplied him with the Dr. Pepper because I had one in my ice chest. Of course, I would have one on my ice chest, and he was stoked. So, but I need to get back in touch with him because I need to get a shirt. I didn't get a chance to buy one of the shirts, and I wasn't expecting to get a free one. I was going to buy it because I want to support him. He was a really cool guy. But he said, Yo Gabba Gabba is not gone. So, yeah, super nice guy. Came to the booth. He signed the cow, which, if you guys don't know what I mean by the cow, Project Wish Upon Star brings a cow to each event and has people has celebrities sign it. It was started with Stanley's signature was the very first one that's on there. It was right on the forehead. So if you guys get a chance, I'll have pictures up possibly by tomorrow. I have to touch up a few and get things up onto Instagram. There's a lot still going on after the con, even though I took one day off, one day. And then I was back at it yesterday and today. So working on some things, but I also got a chance to walk down Artist Alley. It was a busy weekend. I'm telling you guys, there was a lot to see. You not only do you have the South Hall that we were in, but it was also the West Hall. So you had to walk freaking 800 miles to get to it uphill, snowing on the way over there, barefooted. And that was more the anime side. And that was like super dead, and not super dead, but it was quiet and relaxing. It was a breath of fresh air when we went over there. But we came back and I went down Artist Alley. So if you guys don't know how cons work, Artist Alley is where a lot of artists, but like comic book artists, just people that draw stuff are in, and either they're promoting their brand new comic that they're trying to put out and publish independently, or they're with a bigger name like IDW, Boom, Dark Horse, and they're out there signing comics, selling their comics, trying to get their names out there even more. So I was going by and I looked down and I saw this one comic, which I've seen this comic online and I thought the artwork was really cool. So I started following it on Instagram and kept thinking, man, I got to get over to the comic book store, I go to my local comic book store, which is a shop called Quest, which is over here in downtown Claremont. Yeah, it's in downtown Claremont. And I pick up my comics from there. And I've recently got back into comics. If you guys know me, I am a huge comic book fan, but we're talking from like 80s up until 2000. And then I stopped. And then recently I started back up. And I also have been finding them at like swap meets and stuff like that. You need back issues. I don't want to not get people over to comic book stores, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, the best place to get back issues of comics is over at swap meets. Sounds weird. And it's like a swap meet. Yes, I do go to a swap meet. I do go look around. It's kind of fun to go see stuff that, people are kind of throwing out, but there's sometimes some really cool stuff that you can find. And I always find my comic books there. That's where I get my stuff from. Like my back issues, my old comic books. So I've gone and I found like a lot of the X-Men I used to have, a lot of the Punisher comics. But for my newer stuff, obviously I'm going to go to the comic book store. So I went to the comic book store and I happened to find, oh, my internet is slow, but I happened to find this comic book right here. And this is the, obviously this is the graphic novel version, but Kanto. This is a great, great comic. The artwork, I mean, look at this. One, the artwork is amazing. If you guys can see that. If not, look them up. Look up Kanto, Instagram. And then I got it and I started reading it and I was like, which shout out to David Boer. Brother, you got a good comic right here. I've already read through it. I got to move on because he got me for 2. He's like, you can't have number 1 without number 2. He was pushing for 3. And I was like, whoa, I don't got that kind of money. I'm just a poor little vet. But this comic is freaking awesome. I really enjoy it. I can't wait to get into the next one. And then I got to go buy the other ones. But the really awesome thing too was he got a chance to sign it. I was like, that's cool, man. Thanks. I appreciate that. If I only had a heart. So if you guys don't know the story of Kanto, Little Tin Man, that in his world, they don't have hearts. They get their hearts taken away and watches replace it. So he goes on a quest to save a girl that he loves, to find her heart, to save her. The best way to describe it, and this is the way David described it. And you know what? It's on the back. It says, part fantasy, part adventure, but all heart. If you guys like the never-ending story, if you guys like the Dark Crystal, a lot of the old fantasy movies, this comic is in that like realm of things, of stories. And I'm now hooked. I'm a big fan now of David Boer. He also has other comics out there. He does the Dungeons and Dragons, which you guys can't see it, but it's over here. I got my Dungeons and Dragons toys up there, which I told him about. You can see it. You can kind of see them. I was sacrilegious and I opened them up. Well, I opened up all my other stuff. Got more stuff over here. I got to rearrange, but he writes the Saturday morning cartoon Dungeons and Dragons comic for IDW. Oh, one more thing. Cantu is moving over to Dark Horse. So they're going to be, he said it's going to be a beautiful hardcover that they're going to be putting out. They just announced it. I just saw that on Instagram. Look out for those. I'm definitely going to buy the other volumes on Dark Horse when they come out. So I'm really excited about that. But super nice guy. We had a good interview with him. Wasn't that long, but he agreed to come on the show to talk more, not only about Cantu, but he also has another one that is up for an award, which is called Killer Queens. It's a hilarious comic book about two reformed assassins, and the best way, or the way he described it, that are traveling through the gayiverse, and hilarities ensue. That's what he told me. So I'm not just making that up. But go on to Instagram, check him out. He's David Boer, Booher. And it's not, he always says, oh, they butcher my name. And he's all, it's newer, but with the B, Boer, but it's Ooher, Boer. So David Boer, thank you for that interview, man. It was, I really appreciate it. Had a chance to read this. And like I said, I love the comic and I can't wait to read more. Sorry guys, I'm also waiting for because my internet is so slow. I wish this stuff was faster, and I can't change internets now because then I would lose you guys. But I'm trying to get my This Week in Geek History downloaded because I didn't have a chance before the show. But I'm going to do it now. That's why I'm also killing a lot of time talking about stuff that happened at Comic-Con. But again, if you guys didn't get the chance to get out there, guys, come on. If you're as huge of a nerd as I am and really want to see what this whole culture is like, really see what it's like, Comic-Con. Whether it's San Diego, LA, WonderCon, which WonderCon just put their tickets up for sale. We are going to be trying to get our industry, or not industry pass, that's different. I have a whole story about that. But we're going to be trying to get our media passes, so you may see us there walking around doing interviews again, talking to more cosplayers, talking to more people. We won't have a booth this time because we don't know anybody that's going to WonderCon, or we might. And if we do, then you'll see a booth. If not, we're just going to be floating around, enjoying ourselves and talking to people. But this thing's going to take forever. Those of you guys that are new to watching this show, I'm usually a lot more together. Trust me, I am. I would have everything already set up and I would just be rolling. This would have already been lit up, but I got to make sure that I get all the stories and everything ready to go for this show. And then on top of that, I got to make sure that I have, that I'm doing my videos and getting all that stuff. I have a really cool, I wonder if I could show you guys just on here. Can I show you guys on my phone what I did today? Let's see. Because I'm not using my I don't know if you can hear that. This is what I made today as an intro for that's for our videos. So I'm really excited about that. I made a TikTok one and I made Lupe. It's been a long time, brother. God, hey, you know what? Sorry, I haven't been responding back to the posts that you've been putting up. But dude, there's a lot of movies that somehow we got to figure out how to watch them together because, there's a lot of bad movies we have not seen. And if you guys are just first-time viewers and don't know who I am, again, I'm Eugene with the Geek Saga. But I am a huge, when I say bad movies, huge lover of bad movies. I don't mean like the B-list, because there's B-list and there's those things are so good. But I mean like the D-list movies that are just like, what the hell am I watching? But it's hilarious. And I'll laugh all the way through. It's so, Lupe, we got to watch a lot of those movies. Yeah, Like, God, anything on Tubi, I'll watch it. Like I started going on to, I went to Cult Classics on Tubi, and I literally watched like the first movie, and I tried going down the list to see like the movies, and yeah, I didn't get that far, but I'm working on more, so I'm gonna keep going with it. But love bad movies, and Lupe, my friend over there from Texas, is a huge fan of those movies too. We found out that a lot of the movies that he likes, like a lot of the bad stuff he'll watch, I'll watch too. Or we've watched. So yeah, it was okay. Almost there. Almost to our first one. Why did you download like that? That's not what I wanted. Tonight is one of those nights, guys. But it's a fun night, regardless. All right, let's try this now. Share. Download. All 5 pages. Yes. Download. Let's see if it downloads it the way I want it and not the way it thinks it's going to be. Yeah, there we go. All right. So we're probably going to do that first, and then we'll move on to the next one. So anyways, those of you guys out there also know that I could talk. I definitely, well, some people think I hate everybody. They're not too far off. Kind of do hate everybody. People suck at times. But not all people. I met several people this weekend that did not suck, and they were actually really cool, and I would hang out with them. I'll also, you know what? I'll give a shout out to and a thanks. I should not forget that. I shouldn't forget, but not only to Darren, Veronica at Project Wish Upon a Star, but also to Phil and James and Tyler and Jackie of Distance Nerding. You guys, thank you so much. You know, if it wasn't for them, I would not have been able to get David and his son into the show, because we got rejected for our first time. What do you call it? Our first media passes. We don't have the experience yet. We're still working on it. We don't have very many shows. We actually have 2 shows under our belt prior to this. Now we have 3. So I'm really excited. So, and this was a big one. So this is going to actually open up a lot of doors for us to go to big cons. So like I said, WonderCon, I'm applying for WonderCon. Why? Because we have a huge con under our belt, and it's also owned by the same company. So if they ask me, have I ever gotten a media pass? Actually, no, I haven't. Well, no, I have. I got a media pass, and this will chap Phil's hide. If I say his name 3 times, he's going to show up on the show. So I got to hold that third one for maybe the end. But I got an industry pass. If you guys don't know what an industry pass is, an industry pass is a pass that is given to those that are, one, that handle like the movie stars, their handlers. It's given to the agents. It's given to the movie stars. It's given to people of the industry. Like if you work for Lucasfilms, you'll get one. If you work for Disney, you can get one. You know, all the bigger names, that's what they get. They get these passes that say industry on them. I happen to get one. How? I just smiled. And I winked. I was like, can I get my pass? I don't know if she felt sorry for me or what, but she ended up giving me an industry pass. It was an accident. But believe me, I rode that thing all weekend long. And got some free stuff, I gotta say. Kind of nice. The hair. Yes, Lupe. It is the hair. I did the Jeff smile. And you can tell Jeff that it works. She got something. But I think it was more of a mistake on her part. She really didn't know what she was doing. And I didn't take advantage of that. I just didn't even look down at the pass that she gave me myself until I took a picture of it to send it over to the guys to tell them, hey, look, I got my pass. And yeah, the pass was an industry pass, which was kind of funny. So I got that. But it was, you know, it came with some perks. I got some free stuff and things like that. So I was kind of excited. Why are you still doing this? You're still doing the same wrong thing. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, that was this weekend. It was a lot of fun, guys. If you, I keep saying it, I'm telling you, if you guys get the chance, get out to the next con, which would be WonderCon. And she thought you were Mario Lopez. No, I'm not Filipino. So I'm kidding. I don't know if you guys know about that, but Mario Lopez was actually said, "You're not Mexican. The dude's Mexican as Mexican can be." But somebody's all like, people were hating on him because he was talking about some food. I'm not going to get into that. Anyways, if you guys don't know about that story, then, you know, look it up. But this thing's going to be dumb because I don't need my This Week in Geek History as it's doing it as multiple, like literally. Why are you going so slow? 3.4 megs. And this one was bigger. Okay, whatever. Let's go with I'm going backwards tonight because I got to wait for the other thing to show up anyway. So anyways, let's move on to actual segment that we normally do. If you're the first time on this show, we do several segments. And in all this time, I thought he was German. Yep, you're right. He is German. Actually, he was told that he said that he's been told that isn't he Hawaiian or some sort of Polynesian, all kinds of stuff. I watched the whole thing, which is funny, but he is Mexican with the name Mario Lopez. Go figure. Anyways, guys, if it's your first time watching, we always go into a segment that is called The Geek News. Move this right there. We go. So now, because I don't have anybody that's actually partnering to handle my comments, I might miss a lot of comments because I got to look down at my wonderful script that I have here because we have to try to stay on some sort of track because nope, that's not the one. There we go. And for some reason, my tablet is stupid. So we're going to start off with a great story. This is what I was hoping David would be here for because he is more of the video game fanatic. I mean, I love video games. I do play video games quite a bit. Zelda, I'm not even finished with not the latest one, but the one before that. And I can't even remember the name. But the live action Legend of Zelda director says film will be more inspired by, I'm going to butcher this name because that's what I do. Hayao Miyazaki. You guys don't know what you guys can read right here, right? Yeah, you can read that. Then Lord of the Rings. See, I blow names. I really do. I'm bad at, like, especially when it's these funky names. Like David could nail that. I can't. But exciting news, Nintendo fans, as a live action film based on the Legend of Zelda franchise is finally in productions. Renowned director Wes Ball, known for Maze Runner and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which I gotta say, I mean, Maze Runner was all right. The books were a lot better than the movie. But as far as the newer Planet of the Apes, they were actually done really well. I actually like them, and I'm looking forward to seeing the latest Planet of the Apes. I have not been able to see it because, again, I've been busy doing Comic-Con stuff. But he's helming the project. So some insight from Wes Ball is in the recent interviews with FEW regarding his approach to Legend of Zelda film. He emphasizes on drawing inspiration from the work of Hayao Miyazaki Yoshinoya rather than the Lord of the Rings. So That's actually kind of cool. So that means it'll have a little bit more of that martial arts style, or not martial arts, but like probably like K drama, or some of these newer shows that are coming out that we see on Instagram, or not Instagram, but on Netflix. And that's actually kind of cool, because even with the style of artwork, it's not like your typical, like, it doesn't feel like your normal fantasy games. Even when you're looking at, even though we've all grown, a lot of us have grown up with Legend of Zelda, know the history behind Legend of Zelda, and not actually watch the cartoon. I did watch the cartoon. It was actually kind of cool. But Ball's description of the film as an awesome fantasy adventure. So, but Lord of the Rings is an awesome fantasy adventure. Anyways, that stands on its own. So it's going to be separate. Like you said, it's different from Lord of the Rings. He wants it to give it more of a standalone feel. It's a whole new thing to it. Departing from the style of the Lord of the Rings, expressing a desire for the movie to capture the wonder and whimsy characteristics of Miyazaki's. There we go. Am I getting it now? I hope somebody can tell me that if I'm getting it right. Miyazaki's creation. So acknowledging of the long-standing fan desire to see Studio Ghibli adapt Zelda, aligning with the live-action Miyazaki's approach, anticipating that this chosen tone will, I should have this just rolling for me. Hold on. There we go. Chosen tone will resonate well with fans, offering a unique and captivating take on the Legend of Zelda. So really hope they can do this right, because I don't know. A lot of films that have been coming out lately are TV shows that are adapting from, whether it's like comic books, more recent than anything else, the comic books, or even like video games. It's been a real hit and miss as far as with video games, because let's be honest, guys. Let's take a look at a lot of the video game movies adaptations and tell me which have done really well. Resident Evil did really well. It could have, if you would have taken out the Resident Evil part, like the name, and just left it as is, it probably would have been fine on its own. It was a pretty fun movie. It was pretty good. Then they just started getting dumb. Silent Hill could have been a really good movie, because that was an awesome, and when I mean awesome, that was an awesome video game. Didn't do too well. They did make a part 2, then part 2 bombed even worse than the first one. So we keep moving forward. I mean, we had like Street Fighter, Super Mario Brothers, and I'm talking about stuff prior to what we've got now. I mean, the Super Mario Brothers cartoon, the one that hit really well, which was Super Mario Brothers, $1 billion worldwide. Yeah, that's. But Tim says, I have high hopes for Fallout coming out next year. I do too. So that's why I think they're starting to catch on, get the hint that we need to make things that are a little bit closer to the video games and take the source material and not do like what I famously like to say. I don't want to say famously, but what I always like to say, which is take the material, throw it on the ground, you piss on it, and just clean up everything else, and you take the name. And then you get whatever they make. So Halo could have been better. And if you guys can hear that, it's the train that's going by the house. But anyways, Halo could have been better. It was good, but it could have been better. The suits look amazing. Everything else looked great, but it just wasn't Halo. What else we got? The Last of Us, which has and is a huge hit. But apparently because Pedro is too busy, we are going to have to wait longer for season 2. It's like, come on, dude. You knew that was going to be a hit. Where are you going to be like? But he's writing, whatever. Anyways. So let's see what this Legend of Zelda movie can do. Let's see what Ball can do, because Ball's personal connection to Zelda, describing it as the most important property that shaped his life. So he's pretty invested in this. comment to creating something. Sorry, it's waiting for it to scroll. It's got to catch up to me. I'm talking faster than it's doing. Something special with a focus on delivering a unique and memorable cinematic experience for fans. So Ball himself is a huge fan of this particular game. So that could be something that's actually going to come out pretty good. Anticipating for the Legend of Zelda live action film under the direction of Wes Ball. Promising a departure from your traditional fantasy adaptations. So, excitement among the fans as the film aims to capture the spirit, the true spirit of Muzakazi, and I'm again butchering this name, I know it. Wonder and whimsy, elevating the iconic Nintendo franchise to new heights. So, a promising endeavor to take The Legend of Zelda to new places with its game in an unforgettable cinematic experience. Really hope that this is actually something that's going to pan out, because if it doesn't, oh man, it's going to just suck because the games are so good. And I am going to finish out the game. But moving on to, so the first trailer for first trailer drops for Grand Theft Auto 6. I had to remember the whole thing. So exciting news Exciting news for gamers as Rockstar Games releases the much anticipated trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6. Notably, the game has been in development for, get this, an extensive period and marks the first release in the Grand Theft Auto series in over a decade. It's been more than 10 years. So legacy of Grand Theft Auto 5. Yeah, that was like the last time. Over 10 years since they've actually put out Grand Theft Auto. Sad thing is, again, this is another one that I was hoping David would be able to talk about because I know he's played this game before. I've played it, but the last time I played a Grand Theft Auto game, I think it was Grand Theft Auto 2. So, Lupe, yes. I smell Duke Nukem. You guys don't know what he means? Yeah, I think you're right, Lupe. I would say the same thing. That was just a long wait for what? Not much. But, they're really hoping that recognition of the immense success of the previous installments, Grand Theft Auto 5, which has sold over 190 million copies since its debut in 2013. Expectations for Grand Theft Auto 6 to continue the legacy with another blockbuster hit. I don't know. I just don't know. But description of the first trailer's release, providing a glimpse into the highly anticipated game. Notable choices or of Tom Petty songs. Love is a Long Road as the soundtrack for the trailer introduction of protagonists Jason and Lucilla, each pursuing a different version of the American dream in the distinct setting of Vice City, showcasing a unique. Oh, this is funny. I'm not gonna keep reading. We were actually in LA and we were driving through, because they all suck. Yeah, it was pretty much the same thing over and over. There's David. Hey, welcome to the show. But we were driving through LA because I went to go pick up David at his horrible hotel where he heard, as he took a dump, his neighbors having sex. Yep, doing it, banging away, and he was dropping away. And then his poor son had to go try to drop a deuce, and yeah, it's quite a climactic moment for him and them. But we were driving through downtown LA, and what was that? Are the slides still downloading? No. What slides? Oh, for This Week in Geek? No, they're fully up. But I have them. I should load them. But yeah, so we were driving through and he's all like, man, I recognize some of this stuff. And I was all like, what do you mean? He recognized it because he was thinking of, shoot, it didn't download. He was thinking of Grand Theft Auto, which the LA was the setting for Grand Theft Auto. So yeah. Man, this thing didn't download. I am kind of mad. I just got the news. My internet's kind of slow. So it's a little retarded. And it resumed. Why did it stop? All right. So anyways, yeah, he recognized it because of Grand Theft Auto. And yes, a lot of it took place in LA, based around the city. So that's going to be coming out. I'm not looking forward to it because I really don't care. But I thought it would just be something we could talk about. So the rest of the story just talks about how it's still going to be the same old nonsense. And tell me, how many of you guys, it's set to release in 2025. How many of you guys out there are really excited for this? It's been 20 years. And it's pretty much going to be the same game over again. It might have better graphics. And, it's like, did it download? Yes, it did. So, yeah, I just thought I'd throw that in there. But the next story I am kind of excited about. Not kind of, but I know, yeah. Lupe, yeah, meh. Not that excited. Not going to rush out. Not going to, don't care, really. There it is. Nice. All right. Let's throw those in there. All right, next story. Moving on. I've dragged this out. Normally, we're pretty much done by an hour, but been talking a lot. Anyways, updated release dates for Star Wars shows, including The Mandalorian, Andor, the Acolytes, and the Skeleton Crew, which we did meet somebody this weekend that was wearing a jacket from the Skeleton Crew, and that was Mr. Masters, Mike Masters of the R2D2 build crew, and another one, super cool guy. What's going on, Darren? Woo! It's a party now. But and also I would like to give a shout out to Jorge. How are you doing? It's been a long time, brother. But Navarro, thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it. Woo! We're partying night. We got a lot of people on tonight. I'm excited. But let's get this rolling. An update for Star Wars series enthusiasts following the industry-wide strike. Welcome. Some series affected by the strike, while others face delay for various reasons, which not all the shows were stopped because just the writers or the actors, not just the actors. So rough timelines is provided for fans, sourced from bulletins and Making Star Wars via the sffgazette.com, CMB. So, despite initial reports, Star Wars Skeleton Crew, created by John Watts and Christopher Ford, faces a 1-year delay, now expected to come out in the fall/winter of 2024. And then other upcoming series, The Acolytes is expected to be the first series arriving next year during the summertime, late summer, maybe around there. Andor season 2. I don't know about you guys, but Andor was one of my least favorite shows that I've now watched from these latest Star Wars shows. It was actually pretty bad. I was not excited about this show whatsoever. So, it was too much of a what do you call it? Too much of a show that I would say was, hold on one second. it was too much of like political stuff and more. It wasn't so much Star Wars. And I know that like David would say that, well, the early Star Wars like 1, 2, 3 were more political stuff. We got to see the politics behind why they started up the rebellion and all this other stuff. In Andor season 1, and Lupus said made it through 1.5 episodes. I actually made it through 3 episodes, and then he was in prison. And I didn't want to have to watch him in prison the whole time. So didn't really watch it very long. Other people said, no, you should watch it. You should finish it at least. But I'm not that type of guy. If it doesn't catch me, and like I said, I pushed it to 3 episodes, I'm done. I'm not going to keep watching it. Don't want to do that. But Andor season 2 is going to be, it was previously confirmed for August 2024 launch, has been pushed to 2025. Hopefully it'll get pushed even further, but we all know what ends up happening to Andor anyways. Like, they could have made this a seriously cool show. I'm telling you guys. Andor seemed like this seriously awesome character that we got in Rogue One. And then they just took it and just tossed all that coolness aside and made him into this giant weenie. It's like, geez, come on. But The Mandalorian season 4, benefiting creatively from the strike. So they were not really too sure where they were going to go with season 4, because we know how season 3 ended. It was a good show, but because of the strike, they actually had a little bit more time to be able to think about it. And they're not going to be releasing it until 2025. So a little longer hiatus as far as that's going to go, but they're going to be looking at about a 2025 release date. So, yeah, despite the delays, but hey, you know what? Shows are going to be coming back. I'm hoping to see, I really want to see what the Skeleton Crew is about. Like I said, we got to meet somebody that worked on it, and his robots were robots that were in Ahsoka and in Obi-Wan, and that video is going to be coming probably tomorrow. I'll be putting that up. You guys can see the whole interview with the guys from that. Super cool guys. They are one of them. I want to say it's Tim, invited us over to his house to do an interview there. So, and is David attempting? Need to connect their mic, cam before they can. Okay, David is attempting to get on. Cool. We can still have fun with it. Oh, one more thing. So, the Alkalite Skeleton Crew, the Bad Batch, and the Tales of the Jedi are being released all next year. So we're looking forward. That I am looking forward to is the Bad Batch. Hopefully they change the story up a little bit more. It was all right. Alkalites, I'm going to say that, just about that, because I kind of know what it's about. So yeah, anyways, it's been a disappointing year, guys, because of the strike and everything. And look, I'm not saying bad on the actors because you guys went on strike and now I don't get to get my shows or my movies. No, they actually had a really good reason to go on strike. We discussed it in previous episode, and they won. They won what they were fighting for. So increase, and also telling the studios that they can shove it and not let the devil play them on the screen. So there we go. So they got a good deal there. Moving on to our last story here, and that is this. I'm excited about. Kinda. Well, you know what? Let me rephrase. Kinda. Edgar Wright talks about his adaptation of Stephen King's The Running Man and wanting to stay true to the book. So if you guys have never knew this, which I knew that it was already what it was, but if you didn't know this, The Running Man was originally a book. Yeah. And it was a pretty jacked up book. It was like what we saw on screen was nothing compared to what was in the book. It was pretty jacked up. But Marty, he fell. You guys can't see it because it's back there. But so director Edgar Wright involvement in the new film adaptation of Stephen King's The Running Man. is Edgar Wright actively developing the project and is expressing his vision for a true adaptation in a recent interview with the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast. That sounds like a jacked up podcast. I don't know them, but the Happy, Sad, Confused, just call yourselves a Confused podcast. You sound like you need some drugs or something. But Edgar Wright's thought on the current trend of remakes, emphasizing the need for a fresh perspective, which, you know what? Let's pause it right there. I'm going to agree with Edgar because a lot of these adaptations of these new things, Manhunt live action, yes, that's what it's going to be. It's just going to be a live action Manhunt. We're not even going to get a movie, so he's going to get close that way. But a lot of these movies that have been coming out that are reboots of old movies, like Total Recall. So this is also, if you guys don't know, which if you're super young and watching, Arnold Schwarzenegger was in the original Running Man along with a game show host that was playing a game show host in the movie. If you guys didn't know, it was, oh God, Lupe, help me out with that name. Or even Tim, if you're still here. That was in the Running Man. That was, what was his name? He was from the original Family Feud. Richard Dawson. There we, oh, and I looked up right in time to see that. Yes, thank you guys. Ooh, I was quick. I looked down, said Richard Dawson, looked up, and you guys chimed in. So Richard Dawson was in it also. Maria Chiquita Alonso, she was in it too. We had, we had Jesse the Body Ventura. Who else is in that movie? That one big Asian dude that was from Dr. No. He played, what was his name? The one with the hat that he threw the hat. It was a blade. I don't remember the name of it. But so it was a great movie. I loved it because I was a kid. And that was when, Arnold was at his height, and I was like all excited. And I saw, even though I shouldn't have seen it, because I've seen a lot of movies as a kid that I shouldn't have seen, but my dad was like, oh, we're going to go to the movies. But so it was more of a fun, it was an action movie, but this is, the ice hockey guy, Sub-Zero was his name, but I can't, in the show or in the movie, but I can't remember his name and his real name. But Edgar Wright is talking about that he wants to give it a fresh perspective and something new to add. So that's why he's going more with closer to the book. So acknowledgement of the classic remakes from the 70s and 80s that added values such as Invasion of the Body Snatchers, The Thing, The Fly, Wright's vision for The Running Man. So discussions of Wright's specific interest, hold on, let me speed that up, in adapting The Running Man due to the appreciation for the book over the original 1987 movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Wright's belief that the book hasn't been truly adapted, expressing the emphasis for the project when approached by Simon Kinberg. Wright commented on the project. So this is what he said. Acknowledgement of the disparity between the book and Schwarzenegger film, emphasizing the unique elements of the source material. Confirmation that The Running Man is actively in development with Wright and his team working on the adaptation. So this is the one time that I'm actually going to say, good on you. You're actually taking it. Oh, God. Fresh perspectives equals new Total Recall. David, if you put that up, I didn't see it. I was looking down. But yeah, though in the new Total Recall, we still got the 3-boob chick. So, I mean, they didn't completely mess it up. But Mick Fleetwood was, he was in the Running Man. He was actually the leader of the Resistance, which was a surprise to everybody to see him actually pop up on screen. But so they had a lot of great people. but Edgar Wright wants to go closer to the book, which that would be a very, very dark and different Running Man that we would get. And it may be, like Lupa said, a new Total Recall. But they didn't try to adapt to the book that was actually out about with on Total Recall. This is a little bit different. If you guys get a chance to read the book, it actually is really good. I've listened to it because I don't read very often, but I do listen to a lot of books. David, I'm going to go to full screen, so if you could handle if there's any comments. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of excited to see what Edgar Wright can do, because I do like a lot of his movies. He's got a lot of great movies out there. If you guys don't know who Edgar Wright is, look him up. Shaun of the Dead and all that run is Edgar Wright. And then obviously the latest thing, like Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And now he has a show, Scott Pilgrim. So there we go, guys. That is it for the Geek News. I feel like I've been talking a lot, but I think a lot of it is because I'm trying. I got to hold it on my own. So do this, and we got to get this off the screen so you guys get to look at me. You guys get to. There we go. So, you guys, that is what I like to babble about. And that is what I call all right, guys. So I'm going to do the last segment and probably just take us home from there, because I've been babbling a lot. But I'm glad you guys are all on, and you guys are. It's great to have Lupe back on. It's been a while. I'm sorry I didn't want to do the training right after the con. I know you do. You should have just said you broke your knee or something. Don't tell her I said that. But oh man, my camera's all dirty. No, that's not just my face, but it is dirty. And how's been busy with cup stuff? Yeah, I know. I wish I could have went, but kind of had to put the money towards all this, and then all kinds of other stuff happened. But anyways, moving on to our last segment, we are going to do, it's a segment that I like to call This Week in Geek History. And again, I keep forgetting to switch over. There we go. Plus all the free agent stuff. Yeah, I heard. Me and Dennis discussed it quite a bit over Thanksgiving. And yeah, we're just going to leave it at that. We'll talk. But let's dive into another week of Geek History. So we're starting off with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. If you guys have never seen this, we're not talking about like a cartoon. Well, the cartoon. We're talking about the stop motion animation, the oh my god, Rank and Bass. That's right. That's what it was. Rank and Bass stop motion animation show. It was a show. Short movie. Debuted December 6, 1964. This thing has been around forever. And I love this. I still watch this to this day. Even my kid watches it with me. She puts up with me with me. She used to love watching it. Now it's more of a okay. And then she's like on her phone. She's seen it a million times. But when she gets older, she's gonna appreciate it. But so this holiday classic, a stop motion animation TV special, follows the adventure of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Based on the 1949 Christmas song, it has become a staple in festive. So what you guys didn't know is this TV lineup lines up along with favorites like Charlie Brown Christmas, and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And I'm not talking about the Jim Carrey version. I'm talking about the original cartoon, which was How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I like this lineup right here. Like I mentioned, they didn't mention Frosty the Snowman. And then there was several other stop motion animation that came out along the lines of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but they were all Christmas ones. So, well, holiday ones, because the other ones were like, I forgot. Tim, Lupe, can you remember some of the other ones that were still there by Rankin Bass also? But so if you guys don't know the story, poor Rudolph is born. He's got that nose that lights up, and then he ends up becoming the Bond is Hermie. Frosty. Yes. But actually, I can see you as Hermie. No, not Hermie. As Yukon Jack. That dude was my favorite character out of them all. But basically, his parents were embarrassed of him, so they put something on his nose. It popped off. Santa saw that it glowed and was like, oh my God. And then he ends up leading the way and saving the day. So, and he meets the abominable snowman. It was a great cartoon, or I guess you can call it a cartoon, but I still watch it to this day. If you guys get a chance, if you've never seen it, go and watch it. Go find it. If you got young kids, Yukon Cornelius, that's what it is. I thought, I'm sorry, I said Jack. My bad. It's Cornelius. But you get a chance, watch this with your kids. It's a great, great show. And like it says, Charlie Brown Christmas and How the Grinch Stole Christmas are all in that same vein thing. Next, we have Dumb and Dumber. And I'm talking about the original, the best, the greatest. My favorite part is when he's on the toilet. But Dumb and Dumber released this week in 1994. Embark on a hilarious road trip with two not so bright friends. Not so bright is an understatement. Guzman and Uribe. Not too many of you guys would get that, but Preciado would get it. There we go. Returning a briefcase to a beautiful woman, Jim Carrey's brilliance shines through improvised lines, and the success of the film spawned a prequel, a sequel, and an animated TV series. Don't watch the prequel. Don't watch the sequels. Believe me, you don't even want to watch the TV series or the animated series. It was horrible. Little known fact, that chipped tooth of Mr. Carey's right there is not just a prop. That's actually his real tooth. So they said that he actually pulled off his cap that's on his tooth to reveal that chip. And yeah, that's what we got. Great movie, funny movie. We landed on I like this picture that's on here. The one of them, like it looks like they're hugging each other when they're riding on the moped, and his pee warmed his back and he's like stuck to him. Freaking hilarious. Like this movie is hilarious all the way through. If you guys haven't watched it, you guys need to watch it. Next, moving on. Codename Kids Next Door premiered in 2002. I was a lot older, but I still absolutely loved this cartoon. This cartoon was great. The imagination behind it, everything was just such a great cartoon. I even played the video game, which was a lot of fun. Join the adventures of a group of 5 kids operating from a high-tech treehouse, which I was like, damn, I wish I had a treehouse like that, even as old as I was at that time. Battling both adult and teen villains, the show's legacy includes TV films like Operation Zero and Operation Interviews, with 6 seasons and 78 episodes. This thing went on for 6 seasons, 78 episodes. It did pretty well when it came out. It was a lot of fun to watch. Go back, check that out. I believe you can still find that on, it was a Nickelodeon show, so you might be able to find it on like HBO or on Max. Maybe even Tubi. I got to look on that. But it was a great cartoon. I really enjoyed it. They always had something funny about it. The treehouse was pretty awesome. If you guys didn't watch it, even at an older age, you should check it out. It's a pretty funny show. Oh my God. 6 comments. Who's talking? Lupe. What do we got? Frosty, Yukon, Land on the Moon. Oh, okay. That's all I missed. All right, moving on to Edward Scissorhands. Premiered this week, 1990. Tim Burton's masterpiece tells the tale of Edward, a shy man with scissor hands, navigating society after a life of isolation. It is definitely a great movie. Saw it when it first came out, obviously, because I'm that old. But it was a really good movie. Winona Ryder, Johnny Depp. Oh my God, what's his name from freaking The Reason Women Love Him? This movie hooked a lot of women. It did. It still has a lot of women hooked, especially on him. But like the women will watch this movie and just swoon over him, even though he looks like the way he looks. Look at that hair. But it was a great movie. It honestly was. It had, the legendary Vincent Price in there. Like I said, Winona Ryder. And what was the name of the freaking jock that was like trying to kill Edward? Oh, what was the actor? He was in Weird Science. He was in Breakfast Club. And I'm drawing a blank on his name. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing that. But it had a lot of great actors in this movie. Really great movie. So check this out as a fun fact. Johnny Depp's character speaks fewer than 170 words through the whole movie. Anthony Michael Hall. Thank you, Lupe. Yes, that is who it was. Still a great actor, except when he was in the latest Halloween. That was horrible. We're not going to go into that. But also, another fun fact, the film is inspired by Tim Burton's neighborhood in Burbank, California. If you look around, it's kind of got that cookie cutter feel. Everybody's like keeping up with their lawns and trying to keep up with the Joneses. And if you go through Burbank, through some of the little neighborhoods, it still has that feel to it, but not so colorful as far as the houses are. Not obviously, it's a little exaggerated. But yeah, there you go. It's based off of where Tim Burton used to live. So yeah, and this is going to be, that was This Week in Geek. These timeless gems continue to shape your geeky memories. Which one holds a special place in your heart? And all right, guys. Yeah, I got it right this time. Let's see. Warriors. You know what? I actually just saw that not too long. And I mean, I always say I just saw that not too long ago, which David will attest that it is the truth that I actually, a lot of these movies, like if people start popping out movies, I'll be like, yeah, I just watched that recently, because I really have. Warriors, I did just watch recently. That was a great movie. Warriors, come out to play. Yay. Really good movie. Now I'm going to have to watch it probably tomorrow while I'm doing stuff. But that is it, guys, even though we went out of order a little bit, but that is it for us for tonight. Oh yeah, let's show you guys. This was really cool. What can you dig it? This is what was being sold over at the booth over at Comic-Con at Project Witch Concert. Really, Tim, you could talk to Darren. I'd like to know how did he get these made up, and how much are these? Because I'd like to either make some of these up for when we go to events too, or get some from him. They had some really cool snacks. Pirate booty. Yeah, I must have grabbed the wrong one. Which Darren is in the chat? That's the thing. Is it Darren Wish Upon a Star or Darren from work? Because we have two Darrens. Let's see. I'm just digging through this. Oh, Santa snacks. That's mine. What else? Darren, you're killing me. You put too much healthy snacks in this one. And a sticker. The Internet Network. See, I knew which one. Why? No, I know, but how did they get them printed? I know that I'm 100% sure they put the stuff in them, but I'd like to get some of these. But yeah, they were really cool. They gave me a couple. I brought home, and oh, see, I didn't read the bag. It says trail mix fruit, healthy snacks that even Stanley the octopus would approve. Miles Stanley, I don't approve. I need some sugar, but I will eat these. Yeah, they were really cool to have those out there. So, anyways, guys, it was, as always, it's a lot of fun to come on. I love being on the show. Now I gotta eat these. Next week we will have David back with us, right, David? Well, you're not an octopus, so yeah, I know I'm not an octopus, but still, freaking Stanley could have better taste. Jeez. David will be not maybe full. We will be back next week at 7:30 as always. More geek news, more this week in history. Possibly some, possibly a guest, which we're working on getting more guests to come on our show. I know we're getting closer to Christmas, so we'll see. Depends on if I close on the house or not. Híjole, this guy. Do we have to have him back? At this point, I don't know. I'm an adult. No, you're not. You're half an adult. But yeah, guys. So again, I know I spouted out all kinds of stuff, and we're hoping to close in on some of these as sponsors, and we're really excited to be working with a lot of these guys. Like I said, don't forget Wild Bill. Go to wildbillsoda.com. Get your soda. Project Wish Upon a Star. Guys, I cannot emphasize this enough, and it's not just because I know. See, look at that. David, tell me, I know you're saying it's so good, but seriously, what is your favorite flavor? Because I tried their new strawberry cream, and it was really good, which you drank it too. But what was your favorite? The vanilla cream. Yeah, the nice thing about the vanilla cream is it's not like the overly sweet and a hard hit, but it was like mellow and it was good. It like put some ice in it and it went down really smooth. It was really good. But Project Wish Upon a Star. Guys, if you don't know about them, go onto our link tree. We do have a place there to be able to click on their link to go to their site. Donate today, guys. The whole weekend, and I do mean the whole weekend, came out of Darren and Veronica's pocket. They are amazing people, and we want to help them as much as we can, and we want you to do the same. Go on there, donate today. It's a great charity for pediatric cancer patients to be able to get the experience of a con, whether it's coming out to the con. And we actually got to meet their very first, they call them heroes. And we got to meet the very first hero. He was out there. Super cool kid. Big money, big prize. I love it. But they are a great, not only is it a great charity to donate to, but it's also two great people. God, like I got there, I was freaking out, and Darren's like, I haven't slept in 32 hours. I was like, holy crap, dude. I cannot believe that. And then he's saying, man, you're giving me energy right now. And then 2 hours later, he crashed, but he needed that. But he was encouraging me. He is such a great guy, really encouraging. Veronica is seriously super nice. And I sat there and talked with her a little bit. Tim, you are awesome too. You were like out there, like, I know, poor guy slept under a table behind the booth while me and David were back there too, like chalking it up, trying to talk about, okay, so this is what we're going to do. We weren't even quiet. We were loud. And then we found out he was back there. We're like, oh shoot, we were just back there all loud. But we want to help them out and get out to other events and take, whether they're with us or not, we're going to take Project Wish Upon a Star on the road with us. So where we go, we will try to have, if we can get some more of these cool things, and it doesn't have to be, obviously not LA Comic Con unless they have some more, but stuff like this, we would definitely put those up on, whether it's on our site or even out and about when we go. I would love to have that. Whatever else we can do to help them out, we're definitely going to do that to get more awareness to their charity. I know we're just a small podcast, but believe me, I was representing a great partner. It is our pleasure. It is truly, truly our pleasure because of what they did for us. It meant a lot. It really did. And it was like Darren was, again, he was encouraging me. He was even encouraging me leading up to the event. He even said, I don't really text people leading up to an event like this, but we'll stay in contact. So meant a lot. So Tim, if you could express that to him, they are great people. They are by far amazing people. And Tim, you are pretty awesome too. My daughter loves that little placard that you gave her. She's like, okay, I gotta find a place to put it up on the wall. So we're gonna put it up on her wall, and she's really excited about that. Tim is also a great guy. Tim was out there and he was chalking it up with everybody. So it was a really fun event, guys. I cannot express how great it was, even though I was so burnt out. And I even feel bad because David had to get back to work right away. And yes, I do feel bad that she had to get back to work. So, but I did take a few days off riding that little, he was riding that little e-bike. They had an e-bike that they had up for raffle, and he was riding around on it. So it was great. We had a great time. All in all, it was a great time, and looking forward to the next one we're going to do with them. We're looking forward to the next event we're going to be doing. You guys check out Extraordinary Arcade in San Bernardino. They're a new, I want to say, kind of a partner. So far, we're still working on the details, but I will be going out there and we'll be live streaming whenever they have tournaments. The next tournament is the Mortal Kombat tournament. Unfortunately, I won't make it out there to do the actual live streaming, but I'm going to go out there to go check it out, see how they handle it, but also get to know Will, which is the owner of the company. If you guys get a chance to get out there, they are open. I believe it was like 12 to 9 Monday through Friday, and then the weekends was like a little earlier and later. They stayed open, but it's extremely cheap to go play. Like you guys can go over there and play for, I don't want to butcher his prices, so let me bring him up real quick because I should do him justice. You can book. Oh, here we go. Look, you guys can book a party. Parties are $150 an hour, up to 20 guests. You can bring your own food and drinks. Private parties are $250 an hour for up to 30 guests. They provide tables and chairs. They have all kinds of arcade games, classic or new. People do go over there and do this. I might actually do this for one of the kids. But their prices are really good. And they don't just have the standard like classic arcade games, but they have newer stuff. And this was something that Will was telling me that they do. They brought in games from like Dave & Buster's. So you guys can actually play those. And you don't just you don't drop a quarter, you don't swipe a card, you pay by the hour, or you can pay for, here it is. So $10 per hour per person, or you can get for $20 an all-day pass per person. Let me emphasize per person. But the thing is that you can go and play these games until you beat the game. Unlike if you go to Dave & Buster's, if you have as many kids as David and myself, $20 ain't going to get you jack. You'll be done with that in like 10 minutes. So this place is a great deal. Go check them out. The times that they're open. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They change it each time. Wednesday is from 12 to 9. Thursday, 2 to 11. Friday, 2 to 11. Saturday and Sunday is 12 to 11 and 9. Go check them out, you guys. We're going to be, like I said, we're going to start doing stuff with them. live streaming from there, which means that's why I was saying, Tim, if we can talk to them about getting some of these, I will definitely put those up on the table and sell them while we're there. I'll talk to Will about that, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind. But I'll talk to him about that. Again, like I said, Wild Bill, Roosevelt's, guys. David, how much do you love your Roosevelt shirt? Because I like it feels cozy. And it's actually, I can actually button this thing. And it's not going to be all stretched with the buttons all like, oh, I missed a button. A lot. Wearing it for training tomorrow. Are you going to walk in there and be all like, what's up? Wearing my Roosevelt's shirt. I'm going to hit them up and talk to them and tell them, look, dude, we really love this. Business casual. Yeah, this is business casual. I might actually wear this to the Christmas party. Business casual. Be all like, what's up? So I really do love my shirt. And then again, another shout out to David Boer. Cantu, go out there, get your copy, whether it's volumes or in the individual comics. Get them, guys. They have a really cool cover. It's a variant. It's Cantu, and dude, who cares? Yours is a little loud. It's actually really cool though. He's got a Tiki Ninja Turtles version. It's really cool. But check out Cantu. Say hi to David Newer. If you do start following him on his Instagram, tell him I sent you, and he'll say, okay. I always like saying that. Who else? Ulanzi. Oh, I almost missed. Donner. That's the mic you're hearing me on. This is my Donner. UC40. UB40. Red. No. It's the UB44 mic. It's a great mic. We have several that Donner has given us, along with a PC2, which is their podcast deck, which works really well. Still got to mess with the what do you call it? The settings, because I listened to the video of us when we're in the booth, and our external mic wasn't coming into the deck as loud as it was coming through the PA. But it's still cool because it allows you up to 4 different inputs and then an output to a PA system, and also an output to your computer, so you can run both of them at the same time. Check out them at Donner Official Music. And as for us, you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, all at the other Darren might be here in a second. Oh, shoot. Well, then I'm going to stand here. I'll wait. I will wait because I will definitely want to. I didn't get to say thank you to him or bye because he went and got into a long line. And when you're pulling out of a con, oh my God. All I had was a wagon full of stuff. And trying to get into the elevator, it was literally at least an hour and a half wait. And there's only 2 elevators. And I couldn't get into either one of them. So I had to take the stuff out of the wheelbarrow or the wagon, haul it down the steps. And I'm not just talking like 1 flight of steps. We're talking about 2 flights of steps. And then I had to put it all back into the wagon and drag that wagon all the way out to our where my car was, which I didn't park on the first floor. I'm just saying. Darren, what's going on from Project Wish Upon a Star? He is in the house. Darren, I am glad you're here because I do want to tell you, which I did not get to tell you before I left, because I was just telling the story that you were in a long line of trucks to get all your stuff loaded in. But I really want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for everything this weekend. And love the snacks. Well, a little too healthy for me, but these are really cool bags. We got to talk because this is a cool thing, and we're going to be doing some other events, and we might want to handle some stuff for Project Wish Upon a Star, and this would be a cool way to help you guys out. But thank you so much, Darren, for everything that you did for us for this weekend. All the encouragement also that you gave me this weekend. You and Veronica are awesome. And we are really looking forward to doing more things with you and spreading the word of Project Wish Upon a Star to everybody we meet. One more thing. Awesome doesn't cover. You're right. Dave is right. Awesome doesn't cover like everything from this weekend. Yes, Disinserting are cool guys and they helped us. And not just cool guys, but they're our friends. We're part of the family. We're a big podcast family, but they helped us out with getting, the passes, except for the industry pass. That was all this face. But Darren did a lot for us, got us to get us. He was the one that was going to get us into the con. And yeah, it was, all right. It was dumb luck. But, God, you are hugely part of us now since you were there when the biggest moment in years happened. Yes. I don't know. Could I just say who you saw while you were there? Which it was a pretty big and pretty emotional moment for Darren as he was there. It was really crazy. It was that's when I actually got to hear more of the story of Project Wish Upon a Star and how it got started, and not name, but yes. So he got to see somebody that he had helped him get it started, and it was very emotional for Darren, and I could feel it. I could really feel that emotion, and we just kind of went off to the side, and I was just standing there and just listening to him tell me the whole story about how project started and how this person was a huge part of not only with Stan but with Darren, and then also this person was a true person. He had a huge heart too. So without saying any names, it was a really great time. He opened the doors. The person he opened doors for Darren way before. So even long before that, when Darren has been huge into the charities for a long time. It was Camp Ronald McDonald, and when he was trying to raise money, which he's saying right now, when he was raising money for funds for Camp Ronald McDonald's, this gentleman was the one that helped him to meet Stan and get more stuff signed, and just he helped him with so much. And we were there to be able to witness that, see that person, and also, it was just a very emotional time for Darren. So, but Darren, again, from us, thank you. You guys are now part of our family. He's a Darren's Darren. He's the Darren of all Darrens. There can only be one Darren. The other Darren, if you're on, whoo, better pull out that sword. There can only be one. And Darren will soak in the Darren. Hope you all had fun. We had more than fun. Man, honestly, it was so much fun that I honestly was exhausted. Yes, you should. Yeah, everybody should thank Darren. But seriously, thank you so much for everything. And I'm glad you actually came on right now, and I actually got to say that. But Darren, did you, when you talked to Mike over at Roosevelt, did anything come out of that? I was curious. I hadn't had a chance to actually talk to you about that too, but because we definitely want to work on that. It is all the stars. You're right. If it wasn't for them, so they're called stars. I said heroes, but they're still heroes too. It's not just us in uniform and all that stuff. We're not even heroes. We just do a job. But all right, guys, you know what? I'm going on to like an hour and 40 minutes now. This is like the second longest that we've had. So humble. We are not worthy. We're not worthy. We're not. We definitely are. I'm not. I mean, I'm going to have to pack up soon. So, all right, guys. Well, this is, you know what? we'll let you know next week when we come on, and you guys can sit down and watch us babble on when it's two of us. But for tonight, this is it. I'm calling it a night. I gotta kind of set things right at where I'm at in here because I made a huge mess trying to find all the right gear. Yeah, I'm still gonna have to go back to sleep because tomorrow morning I'm gonna have to get up early. Got to take the kid to school, come back here, and I'm gonna hit the computer again. Hit the computer to get those photos, the videos, all that stuff up for all our new friends that we've made, and then start hitting the pavement on reaching out to everybody again to tell them thank you for everything that they did for us. Again, thanks for the shirts, the free drinks, the free stuff. If it wasn't for that industry pass, they're all great people, and we all really enjoy talking to them. So we're definitely gonna be setting up some more interviews and be talking to them on here. And hopefully this will be ready soon because it looks very sparse. It's not like what my old setup was. But it is kind of fun it's kind of nice to be able to stand and walk around compared to my other place where I was kind of like sitting down, stuck to one place. But anyways, all right, guys, I'm just babbling. Remember, as always, yes. All right, guys, so let me get this set up because I don't want to blow that. Where's that? There it is. Set. Yes. I need to send you a pop out. Oh, no, you don't, Tim. I mean, that's awesome. I would love that. We'll talk, Tim. Definitely. Find me on Instagram, DM us there. It's obviously on the Geek Saga, and we'll talk. But all right, guys. You guys all have a good night. But remember, as always, join us next week when the saga continues.